Welcome back to STS. In today's video we're going to find the angle between two vectors. One vector we're going to label V and we're going to label the other vector W. Alright, we begin by looking at the formula to find that angle, and the formula is cosine theta is equal to the dot product divided by the magnitude of V times the magnitude of W. Alright, to get the dot product we have to multiply the vertical components, and then we have to add that to the multiplication of the horizontal components. So let's begin by multiplying the 3 times 5, because those are our two horizontal components, plus the vertical components product, which will be 0 times 5, and then we have to multiply that by the magnitudes. Alright, let's take the magnitude of V. We're going to take the horizontal component and square it and add that to the square of the vertical component times the square root of the horizontal component, which is 5 squared, plus the squaring of the vertical component, which again is 5 squared. Alright, then we begin to just evaluate these expressions. Well, 3 times 5 to give me 15, plus 0 times 5 to give me 0, over 3 squared is 9 again, and 0 squared is 0, and whoops, and then still here in my denominator I have 5 squared plus 5 squared. Well, 5 squared is 25, so 25 plus 25 to give me 50. So let's clean this up a bit. Numerator of 15, denominator here of root 9 times root 50. Let's break down these square roots so that we can, basically we're going to rationalize them. Do the prime factorization so that we can figure out what these look like in a more simple form. Well, I know that 9 is the same thing as 3 times 3. I know that 50 is really 5 times 5, which is 25, times 2. Alright, then at this point I see I have a pair of 3's and a pair of 5's. So this can be rewritten as 15 over, well, a 5 comes out, a 3 comes out, and I'm left with the root 2 inside the radical on its own. So this here is 15 over 15 root 2. These 15's cancel, and I'm left with 1 over root 2. And let's not forget that the formula says the cosine theta is equal to 1 over root 2. Well, I can take the arc cosine of both sides of this equation and do the same thing here, and I'm left with theta is equal to the arc cosine of 1 over root 2. We know that cosines, we know that for cosine its ratio is the adjacent side over the hypotenuse. So let's just sketch a right triangle. Here I see that the numerator is the adjacent side, which would be 1, and the hypotenuse would be root 2. And without going through the Pythagorean theorem, we know that this here looks like one of our special triangles, the 45, 45, 90. So we know that this angle here for theta has to be pi over 4, because pi over 4 is the same thing as 45 degrees. So the angle that we're looking for, or the angle we calculated, theta, is actually pi over 4 or 45 degrees. Alright, that sums up this video for Spello Tutorial Services. Please subscribe to that YouTube channel, and as always, thank you for watching.